Okay, everybody, it's time for the last day of testing. We're gonna be playing and fine-tuning the last couple of details for tomorrow's big event. The list that I'm gonna be working on today is a little bit more slanted towards creatures, dealing with creatures. I think I am. It's fair to say that our shadow matchup is pretty solid, and our prowess matchup may be a little bit shaky. So I wanted to fix that a little bit. Same thing potentially with burn. So we're trying 6 1-mana removal spells. We're trying main deck anger. We're trying main deck supreme verdict. All of these, of course, being BTL targets. I'm still expecting people to be playing Dredge in the showcase, so I want to have access to the main deck Anger of the Gods, and everything else is, of course, just like part of the shell. Like the pieces that make the deck hum. As far as the Cyber goes, I am trying out playing Timely and Pulse of Murasa in place of Platinum Empyrean plus Madcap Experiment. This may, of course, just be bias, but it just feels like every deck is ready. It just feels like all of the aggro decks that I care about having that package against, they all have an answer. They are either bringing in Path to Exile, Smash the Smitherings, and the other day I played against Obosh where they had access to the 1-mana replicate spell, which I forgot, Shattering Spree. So it's like, not only you have that your opponent just can have access to cards that simply blow you out, but also is the fact that I just all the time end up drawing my Empyrean, and and then I find myself in a situation where, well, not only did I draw a dead card, but now I also have a dead card in my deck as well. Whereas if one of those cards, like if I draw the Empyrean and the Empyrean would have been a Pulse of Murasa, that actually gives me not only a land drop, but a nice little cushion of 6 life. So we're going to be trying this out. And I'm using different one copy of each card because of course we can BTL for them, but I'm very much not sure. So this is just a little bit experimental and just trying a couple of things out. The other thing that you'll see is that the Maelstrom Pulse went to the sideboard, and again, this is to make room for the verdict. I am basically trying to gear towards the creatures decks, and I'm a lot more worried about prowess, and I want to make sure that I have a solid game 1 matchup against prowess, and then we can fix the other matchups which Pulse is good against. More importantly than anything else, Karn the Great Creator. That's the main reason for playing Maelstrom Pulse in the first place. So against Karn decks, we will just be a dog game 1, and maybe after game 2 we're able to pick things back up. So thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you there for round number 1. Alright, here we go. Starting off against the Lurrus deck. Seems like a fine hand. Turn 1 Triumph, turn 2 basic for Farseek. Probably gonna get Savai Triumph. That allows me to cast Anger, allows me to cast Guile, allows me to cast the Fairy also. So it basically opens up all of the possible avenues. So they know about this Bring to Light because they bubbled. I think they bubbled me? Let me check that real quick. Yeah, they bubbled me. They should probably take the Farseek here, honestly. I think that's what I would take if I were them. Of course, that is terrible. Wow, they take the path. Okay. They have another discard spell. They do. Okay, so now they're going to take the Farseek. Makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, I'm still gonna go on the same plan. Maybe I'm gonna get Sagoth Triumph now that I drew the Steam Vents. I think Sagoth Triumph is the line. Wait, what? That is a horrible turn. What's up, Nimble Mungus? Thank you for coming back for the 3rd month in a row. BTL is your 2nd favorite card. Nice, nice. Got a couple of copies of those for you. Got a couple of copies for you. Make that 3. Yeah, but if I'm not hitting land drops, then it doesn't really help me too much. I think I take it. Really? Whew, all right, we win the game. We have now officially won the game. How real do I think this deck is? I'm thinking about playing it in one of the most important tournaments of my life. So, how good do you think I think it is? Literally thousands of dollars of EV on the line. Thousands. And I'm considering playing this deck. Well, just gonna do this. My opponent can bolt the Ren, but I just get to BTL. We get to BTL for Valky, so I think this deck is very good, but it's not fully tuned quite yet. Once it is, holy crap. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I don't think this deck is well tuned. I feel like a lot of people are dismissing it. And I have not seen another streamer playing this deck. Or another like player saying that they're working on this deck. Everybody's playing the Dryad version and or the Reclaimer version or stuff like that, which I think it's a trap. So no, I think nobody's working on this version of the deck, which I think is better by a significant margin. I think I'm going to cut the Teferis on the play. I'm going to bring them back in on the draw. Only reason I'm not buying it is because it says $1 jillion. The Rents are really the expensive part of it. Like this is $5. This is like $12. The Omnath are $2. The BTLs are $1 each. I don't know how expensive Valakut is. I've had my copies for years at this point, so I honestly have no idea how that price has fluctuated over the years. Podcast was great this week. Finally got the whole gang together. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since it was a four-person podcast. Misties are pricey. You can probably play another fetch land if there's a fetch land that you own. Like Verdant Catacombs is probably the worst of the bunch, but like you could probably still play Verdant Catacombs. We have to get Temple Garden here because we have to get double white. I mean, unless my opponent has another discard spell, they can't deploy another threat into the Verdict. they do have a Discord. So never mind, didn't say anything. My opponent's got it all figured out. Prices for everything doubled this last few months. I mean, I think that people are starting to see paper Magic actually coming back, which is great, obviously. So we're just going to be DL for Omnath now. Going to Farseek for Triumph. Play these tapped. Say go. Next turn we can BTL for Omnath or Valky. Unless they have another Thoughtseize. Maybe I should have Shock there in case my opponent plays... Okay, they played a Goyf, so that's fine. Actually... No, but that's... This is close. Because now we drew the path. I think I'm going to go for Valky, now that I drew the path. That's an aggressive concession. I mean, honestly, the 3 damage I don't think would have changed the outcome of the game. So if my opponent was tilted about missing their combat step, it's just like, well, cool, I'm at 11. Like, whatever. I don't think that's going to change anything. So, I don't know. Alright. We win. See you for the next round. Alright, round number 2. It's one land short of being great. One land too many of being great. I may just keep this hand though. Shipping the Valakut, shipping the Foundry. No, shipping. I think I actually want the Foundry to be in the deck. I could just go to 5 also, but I don't think this deck mulligans very well. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ship the Foundry. Gonna play our Black Swords first. Then I think I'm gonna play Ketria Triumph. Heyo. It's a lot of mountains that we've drawn, considering that we shipped one of those mountains back. It's a lot of lands. Get to cycle one of them, but so I guess it's not a mirror. My opponent's playing some from Morphic control deck. Game 1 against control is not great. I have not liked my game 1s against control decks. Which is a conscious decision, right? Like it is actually a conscious decision. Like I build my deck to be better against creature decks. So obviously when I'm playing against the control deck, my matchup is not gonna be as good. It is just a decision that I made, and it may be right or may be wrong for an open meta, but I think that it's gonna be right for what I expect to see. For what I expect to see in the mocks tomorrow. TikTok. TikTok. So we don't have lethal escape shift anymore. We have to continue hitting our land drops now. That card is cool. This card has been super impressive. Every time I've cast it. Just 2 mana, draw 2. It's busted. Okay, so we need to draw something very good because my opponent exiled the Farseek, which probably tells me that they're going to cast it right now. So if they're going to cast the Farseek right now, we have to find something game winning off the top. Like we have to find an an Omnath or something like that, because we're not going to be dead next turn, but we know that they have the Scapeshift in hand. And that is as far away from that as humanly possible. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true, Titan Balakut. I think that playing leagues is better when you're looking at a brand new archetype. But if your goal is to fine tune, then I think that you are better off. You're better off just playing other matches. I think we're gonna get away with murder here, because maybe my opponent maybe new to playing Scapeshift and they didn't hold up mana. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to Scapeshift is gonna resolve. We're gonna play an escalated an Entwine, I guess, Kaya's Guile. After my opponent chooses all their targets, we're gonna go down to 1, then we're gonna play a land, we're gonna path our own token, then we're gonna Scapeshift for lethal. My opponent could have Force. If they have Force, we obviously lose, but we're otherwise winning. Don't know where we go. Force? No force. Sweet. So sack this, sack this, sack this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 5 mountains in our deck. So we want to hold on to 1 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We want to hold on to 1 mountain. So we're not going to sack the Kitria Triumph. The little spirit that could. It really that stupid Kaya's Guile was the difference between winning and losing. Obviously, Path to Exile helped. That was cool though. That was pretty cool. Chances that something like that comes up again are very, very small though. I think I'm gonna leave in Lightning Bolts because my opponent could be playing Ren. Though I guess if I'm scared about Ren, I should be playing Abrupt Decays. think this seems fine. I'm gonna need more information about the deck before I can know what to do with those lightning bolt slots. Super got away with murder that last round. That last game. Do we know the players of the Mox tomorrow? Not really. Not really. I just know that there's at least one Dredge player, because that would be Ryan, who's who I lost to in the top 8 of the showcase where I qualified. So I know that, and I imagine that a lot of people are going to be playing a bunch of Prowess because it's probably the best deck. And I'm also assuming that a bunch of people are going to be playing Heliod because it's also broken. I think it's Segoth Triumph here. One, two, three, four, five. We drew the infamous lightning bolt that I didn't know what to do with. Drew the infamous lightning bolt. So we're gonna let this fizzle. And then I'm going to Kaya's Guile. I'm gonna gain 4 and exile their graveyard. I don't think my opponent is likely to have Snapcaster, but maybe they do. And there's no reason for me to play into it, you know? Main phase Cryptic Bounce. That would be very good for me. Sweet. I think I'm just gonna jam the Somnath here. My opponent could have Remand, of course, a bunch of things, but Dispute, sure. Six. Seventh land. I think I'm supposed to just jam. Okay, that helps. So blue, red, Omnath. Another Dispute. Okay. That allows me to double spell, which is nice. Not sure whether a double spelling is actually going to matter, but I mean, I guess we do have a lethal Scapeshift next turn, so if we don't die, we're kind of okay. We could die from here, though. Land plus Scapeshift is lethal. Yo, what's up, Nasif? How have you been liking the Reclaimer version of this deck? Because I've been having a lot of success with this version of the list. Just playing no Reclaimer, no Dryads, just playing good cards instead. Not messing around. 4/7. So they can Expressive Iteration into land plus Scapeshift, which would be obviously brutal, but yeah, this card is very, very good. This card is very, very good. 2 mana is way too cheap for this effect. Scalding Tarn. The fact that you get to play land on top of it obviously is the big deal, right? Okay, so they found it. Looks to me like they found it, but they played a Triumph there. Only played 14 matches with this. Try to lead with the Ren version was good too. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit higher on this version than the other one. Card advantage and card selection at the same time for 2 mana. Yep. It's a big deal. Why would they play the Ketra Triumph if they were going to... Like, they exile the Scalding Tarn for no reason. I'm assuming my opponent is going to have enough mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are gone. Yeah, they do have enough mountains. I don't really expect anybody to be playing Scapeshift tomorrow, though. So I'm not particularly worried about this matchup. Seeing if this card's better than Lightning Bolt. Don't think so. What's wrong? Why not start with 4 Bolt if you're worried about prowess? Because I'm trying to gear towards both prowess and sure, I guess I'll keep this on the play. Both prowess and shadow. But yeah, it's possible I should be playing 4 bolts, 2 path. I want 6/1 mana removal spells. That's basically what I'm thinking of. I want 4 mana removal, 6/1 mana removal spells, and they kind of take it from there. Bolt seems better than Heliod too. Certainly possible. Well, now that I drew this, I think I'm gonna play just the Triumph here. I kept this hand obviously because of the power of Fairy. May have been wrong. I guess I have Veil of Summer in my deck, so maybe I should take this turn to cycle. Dig 1 card deeper. But yeah, I'm basically just trying things out, Gab. I'm not really... Like, I'm trying to, of course, make decisions that make sense, obviously, but nothing about this list is written in stone by any means. I just know which things I liked and which things I feel like are powerful. I think that the Ren is powerful. I think 4 Omnath is great. Like, those are the kind of things where I'm like, yeah, I think this is the way to go as far as these things go. But besides that, everything it's very, very much up in the air. Gonna cycle this. That's 2 more looks towards Veil of Summer. So I don't think I'm dead this turn. How does the showcase work already? Well, it's gonna be a small tournament. I think it's gonna be like 24 people. It's people who top 8 at one of the showcase challenges on one of the past Saturday events that we've had already. And I qualified, I think, on February. Can't even remember anymore. I qualified then, and now we're actually going to be playing the matches. Ding, ding, ding. Should I go with the ferry first? My opponent could have like Growth Spiral into land plus land kill me, but I think that forcing them to waste a counter here, I think it's going to be strong. Again, my opponent could just have it, but if they don't, this guarantees that the ego resolves. All right, I'm feeling super dead now. I'm feeling super dead now, but like I was feeling kind of okay before this. Yep, super dead now. Saloon Division seems excellent, so powerful in the Scapeshift shell. Yeah, because I guess because I play my land first, now I cannot even draw into an Aether Gust. Just gonna draw because I want to see if I'm an idiot, but I guess I should have gone with Ego. I thought it was too likely for my opponent to have a removal spell there, though. For my opponent to have a counter spell there, so I wanted to bait with the fairy. Obviously, they could have had, you know, just the kill, but if they didn't have exactly the kill, I feel like this would have been a significantly better setup than just like slamming the hammer. But yeah, maybe I just did not have the time to do that. All right, see you for the next round. All right, round number 3. Sure, skip this one. But yeah, I feel like you're giving up a little bit of consistency when you're playing Reclaimer because yeah, like it takes time, right? So you're that's a hilarious land to play on turn 1. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, obviously Reclaimer is powerful, and so is Dryad. But again, like both of those cards are just, they don't really do nothing by themselves, and they're very slow. So I feel like just playing, you know, 4 Omnath, at least it's been working out better for me. All right, Dice, good luck. Remand, sure. We could be playing against Breach. Draw 2. Okay. Could be playing against Breach. Obviously we're not playing around. We're not playing against Blue Moon. No, with that mana base at least. Yeah, I cut the swamp. Yeah, so the thing is that I'm playing full 5 colors, Gab. So because I'm playing the full 5 colors, Valakut is very costly. Valakut is very, very costly when you're playing all 5 colors, so... By cutting the Dryad, you can now just only play a couple of Valakuts. Just like snap resolved. So now I feel like I am either in great shape or I'm in terrible shape. Please don't Emrakul me, I guess. We're gonna get Emrakuled. Yep. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're going face. What if I sack all the lands? We die to Lightning Bolt, but like that's fine. Like how do I win this game? Is my question. Yeah, Kaya's Gall is a it's a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Again, I'm just gonna get all my lands back, but I think I want to sack all the lands. Maybe no, I can't sack the Teferi because Teferi is the only thing that prevents me from just like getting bullied with counter spells and stuff. So +1 for Roguing Triumph. Play Roguing Triumph plus so we can't beat Bolt, we can't beat my opponent comboing out again. This is a Cryptic Bounce Ren. We probably can't beat that either. My plan was to draw enough that we can ultimate Ren and we can start casting Farseeks. That's at least what I had envisioned as a potential way of winning this game, but doesn't seem particularly likely right now. Well, I'm giving up at this point. Okay, so we want Gusts, we want Veil of Summers, Fairy, Ego, cut the paths, cut the bolts. What could they have that I care about? Maybe like a Ral or something like that? Maybe a Pulse. Another Pulse. I was considering keeping Verdict in so you can Teferi plus and Verdict them, but in reality, if I get to do that, like I'm probably gonna be using Bring to Light, and I'm just gonna Bring to Light for Kaya's Call. Seems better. Have I missed the Platinum package at all? This is my third match, I guess, without the Platinum package, and I'm not. Oh no, I played it yesterday. I have not been playing against aggro decks though. I have not. I've been playing against a ton of control decks for whatever reason in the leagues. No idea why people would want to play control, but everybody's playing control, so I have not played enough to tell you if I missed it or if it's good or if it's bad, whatever. So what are we doing here? Jeskai Triumph, Basic Forest, Ren. Jeskai Triumph. Basic Forest. I think we're gonna explore here. Just resolved. Sure, that's perfectly fine. Basic Plains, Stomping Ground, Farseek, Sagoth Triumph. Pass the turn. So now we get to basically slamming Omnath every turn for the remainder of the game. Blue, red. It resolved. Well, so I guess my opponent can Prismari Command into combo. So I'm going to rend them here. And then I'm gonna ego. All right, Big B, welcome. Is Farseek gas? Yeah, Farseek is incredible. Don't forget about Boil. I don't think that Boil is that good. Like, they blow up 2 of my lands. Like, Boil seems pretty bad against us. Hey Spike, how's it going? Welcome everybody. Oh, and Evan, both of you right on time. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Spike's stream. Last day of preparation before tomorrow. Gonna be playing in the modern showcase something. Lots of value on the line, and I think I'm gonna be playing some version of this deck. Thanks, Spike, appreciate it. I think I'm gonna ship this hands too slow. This one's a lot better. Yeah, I've been liking this deck a lot. So I think I'm just gonna be jamming it. If you had cast Amorigo before Rain, you would have played mana for Prismari Command. That way you would Prismari Command doesn't counter. Right? Prismari Command does not counter. Or does it? I think I'll follow base Biff. Oh, that was a mistake. I had to get the Zygote Triumph because now I cannot cast Omnath. I mean, it's not that I'm casting Omnath here anyway, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Can we get a Steam Vents? Oh, we can't get Steam Vents. Brutal. Aphex Predator, think of it, follow. How much value am I losing out on by working through the showcase? I don't know what you mean. Literally no idea what you mean. So I guess I'm getting Sacred Foundry here. Playing Ren. I wanted to fetch first to play around my opponent gusting me. At least I get a Windsweep Heath. Is the CIS as high as the normal mocks? I don't know what the more normal mocks would be, but yeah, there's a lot of value. There's a lot of value on the line. Like there's whoever gets first gets invited to the actual mocks, the one that has like $20,000 for the first place and stuff, and I think we're just passing here, cycling Triumph. Next turn we get to Omnath plus fetch while holding up Gator Gust. And you also get an invitation to the PT. I already got second in a legacy showcase once. Let me tell you, it was a brutal experience. It was surprising for the event. I mean, for the one that I'm playing tomorrow, the only thing that matters is getting first. Like you're still getting fine value. Like it's basically like a free event, and like the prices are pretty solid. But if you get first, like I think it's, I don't know who made the math, but I think it's like $7,500 in EV or something like that. With Korean, think of the follow. So if you get first in that event, like it's pretty good. it's pretty good. Okay. So I think I'm gonna Omnath here. My opponents, maybe they counter it. I would be surprised if they didn't counter this. What are my bales? Oh, I forgot to cycle. Did I just forget to cycle like an idiot? I think I just forgot to cycle like an idiot. That was very dumb. I'm talking to chat and I'm just like... Alright, here we go. If they have dispute, obviously I lose, but... Pact of Negation! Wow, my opponent is not messing around. Wow, that's crazy. Alright, see you for the next one. Okay, finally time for some actual real good testing. We're playing against GG. He's probably playing Ponza. And I'm very, very scared about the new Ponza deck playing. I feel like you can beat the Blood Moons, but just the fact that they have Blood Moon and Karn. Karn is such a big issue for this deck. Yeah, I've also been seeing way more ghosts. You know, I'm definitely gonna be recording it tomorrow. I'm gonna be recording it and then uploading it to YouTube. But I'm not gonna be actually playing. That's actually a sick draw. I'm not gonna be streaming it because ghosts. That's a great draw because Farseek is awesome against this deck because it allows you to fetch your basics. If they have turn 2 Karn though, like there's literally nothing I can do. Pillage. Good, got him. Do they cast it here? They don't cast it, so they put it back in the deck. That's funny. I imagine you would cast it. I'm exploring here. Okay, so we got our basics, which is nice. His hand is... Ugh. That's not a great hand that he's got over there. I mean, to be fair, it's not a great hand that we got over here either. I'm gonna Guile. I want to save the fetch in case I draw Omnath. Saga creature, create a 1/1. I'm basically trading with both elves. Oh no! Alright, we need gas here. That's almost gas. That's so close to gas. So close to gas. I think I'm going to take this turn to do this. We're going to Farseek, and then next turn we're going to start drawing 2 cards a turn. Getting Temple Garden in case I draw Verdict. We can hard cast, what's his name? Valky, or like the good part of Valky, Devault. Scapeshift wins. Omnath effectively wins. Okay, Scapeshift doesn't win anymore. It's fine though. It's bad. Something good, please. The Fairy. Alright, I'll take that. I think I'm going to try him. So I have one more look. Like how Tibalt was the black sheep of a Planeswalker family, so for so many years finally has a seat at the big kids table. Yeah. I mean, if we draw Scapeshift, we win. If we draw Omnath, we also probably just stabilize and win from there. Drawing Teferi is also nice because we get to bounce the VVE and they have to replay it. And it just doesn't do anything. Nice Blood Moon. going face, which I think it's very much correct for them to do. Cycle. Damn it. I think I'm casting this to see what they got going on over there. Got him! It's pretty great, actually. Have I played my land? No, I have not. So I'm going to get the Valak and I'm going to replay that one. I'm gonna path this Bloodbraid. I obviously don't want to give them Messi some Pyro. Damn, son. Damn, son. Omnath? Alright. One more turn, baby. One more turn. Obviously, I'm not attacking with Valky. We can block a Bloodbraid. One turn. One turn. We even beat Blood Moon. Like all of those nonsense cards, we beat them easily. Yes. Okay. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Such a wild one. We got there though. Okay, so we want these cards. We want that card. We probably want some number of these. Maybe not all of them. Maybe we don't want the case, but we definitely want the Maelstrom Pulse because Karn, as I was saying earlier, is very much a concern. I think that we want Bolts but not Paths, and we want Farseeks better than Explore because Farseek finds our basics. It's possible that they have stuff like Gargaroths and whatnot post board. So we may have to watch out for that. Sounds hella awkward. I'm gonna keep it, but it's super awkward because like we can play around Blood Moon, but if we do, we are effectively time walking ourselves. Super rough. Super rough. I wonder if I should just concede to Blood Moon because it's so bad for us. And if we manage to dodge turn 2 Blood Moon, like we are proactively doing well because we have an early Omnath, etc. Fetch, then tank. I think I'm not gonna play around Blood Moon. I think I'm gonna go with Triumph on 1. Speaking of Gargoyle, I was thinking of trying winning the board tonight. I don't think that it's better than Time of Reinforcement, so we're not. Okay, that's a great draw because now I actually can do it. No second land. It's gonna be an island. I'm running to the risk of him now blowing up my forest, which could be problematic. Casting, yeah. In fact, I want him to cast Blood Moon, so I get to cast Omnath this turn, which is pretty funny. Karn the Great Creator is devastating, though. Karn is gross here. Can we even beat a Karn? And this is one of the big issues with the deck. I think the deck is super weak to Karn the Great Creator. And I just have no idea how to fix that. But a turn 2 or turn 3 Karn is extremely tough to beat. Extremely tough to beat, unless you already have a Nomnath in play by the time it comes down, which usually does not happen by turn 2 or 3, particularly when your opponent's on the play. But I think that at this point, the card that I have lost to the most is Karn the Great Creator. Against Eldrazi, against Amulet even the other day, it's just a matter of I can beat the other part of the deck, but whenever my opponent plays an early Karn, I'm just destroyed. Pillage. If they play Great Creator now, though, now we can actually Omnath. So this is fine. This is perfectly fine for us. If he wants to continue doing this, I'm okay with that, I think. See some Pyro. Okay. So now we are going to get to Omnath finally. And our basic is gone, so I guess we're going to do it off Overgrown Tomb? I think it's going to be Overgrown. No, it's going to be pretty cool. Overgrown Tomb doesn't cast Omnath. Captain Obvious, thank you for the follow. So we get Brooding Pool. Yeah. Okay, so now if we get to untap, I think that we're probably going to be able to lock this one up. Flame Slash, sure. If it's not accompanied by a Blood Moon, we can beat that because we have the... Well. You had to let me finish, GG, okay? You had to let me finish. I wasn't done. I'm gonna purge these instead. Will you likely be ahead of their Karn versus Somnath if they're casting on curve? No, not really. Just don't have a second moon, okay? Do you think port is too strong for modern? Yes. I think I'm just gonna anger. Flame slash. Nice. Make sure we get that island. And we should be good to go. Sure, I'll trade 2 tokens for this. Or 2 tokens for a lightning bolt. I'd also trade that. Clothis. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think we have. Yeah. Okay, so this should be game over then. Well, I guess I have lethal. This is more fun. But I could have pinged them for 1 and then. Oh no, I guess I did I have enough mountains? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I could have just scape shifted them for lethal, but like this is more fun. And it wins just the same. Alright, see you for the next round. Alright, last round of the day. No lander, no keeper. This one's fine though. I like this one. And I think I'm shipping an explorer. Again, no information, so I'm gonna be shipping that card. Opponent moves to 5. There's a year regrowth land. The thing is that if I play the regrowth land, I'm still treating that as a spell. It's not that I'm gonna be playing the regrowth land and, you know, playing 28 lands counting that. I'm gonna be playing 28 lands plus 1, so. Yeah, this could be Dredge. This could be like Titan Shift. You don't see turn 1 tap Stomping Ground go very often. We have white, so we just need black. It could be Titan Shift. They went to end step. Oh, okay, so it is Dredge. They just. Yeah, it is Dredge. This is why we have Angers in the main deck, specifically because of the Dredge matchup. Also, it's one of the reasons why I'm playing black, so I can use Kaya's Guile. Okay, their hand is just non-functional. So I would say that we are fairly likely to win this game. Yeah, their hand is just heinous. Red, no, white. Okay, so we need to get it to a land here, probably Steam Vents. No, actually, let's get, we need double white. So green, white, blue, red. Okay, they found a Dredger. They found a Dredger. And there go 2 chills. They have another thrilling discovery. Okay. Okay, so here we go then. Thug. Loam. That's it. That's the 3rd chill. That's gone. They could have a land, and they could come flag. I guess they can't come flag my own now if they have land. Rough. I guess those are not particularly great draws. Just casually sitting at 29 life. Omnath is going to do a good job at stabilizing us here. My opponent's going to probably be forced to come flag the Omnath too. Which honestly, it's kind of awkward. It's pretty impressive how much they dredged, and they dredge half their deck and they have not seen a single amalgam. Although these lists have been cutting down on amalgams lately, I think. Man, an untapped land would have just closed the door there, straight up. They can flag iPad. Well, no, they're at 29. So Scapeshift is not lethal. So I'm obviously gonna path my own nav if they can flag it. If they don't go flag it, I'm just not gonna. But my opponent is way above Scapeshift range. Opponent, you okay? There we go. They came back. We can BTL for Kaya's Guile. We can BTL for Anger. We can BTL for Valky. We have a lot of options here. I assume they're going to... But if they have no board state to speak of, I think I'm simply gonna... So they get Cave, Confluence, Mine. I may just go with Valky otherwise. They have to kill this Omnath, otherwise this Omnath just outraces what they're doing. So they have to like discard their entire hand here. Well, they have a Shriekhorn, and it depends on how many cards they discard. They may just discard enough to kill the Omnath. Which is probably the better line for them. They're taking 5 minutes per play, though. Okay, so the last card I know of is Forgotten Cave. So I think I'm just gonna BTL for Just gonna VTL for what's his name? For Guile. Yep. They have a Thug, Imp, Ox. Last card in hand is a Cave. Exile all cards, create a 1/1. But we're gonna Shriekhorn themselves. Okay, they found the Thug. It's not bad. They found a couple loams. Okay, that means that their engine is back online now. They can Cave, Dredge, Loam. They are playing Bloodghasts. Huh. Interesting. Mire and Cave. I think I just pathed this Bloodghast. Wonder if they probably still have the mountains, I would imagine. Yeah, they have not mailed it. Either one of them. They usually play 2 mountains. What did I lose to? Blue, red, Through the Breach, and Scapeshift. Timor Scapeshift. 5, 6, 7. So I think now I go for Valky. Could also go for Omnath. I think Valky is going to be better. By Valky, obviously, I mean T-Bolt. My Sacred Foundry. Not yours. My Sacred Foundry. And I guess I attack? There's no need to attack. Like, I'm just gonna ult Valky and win through that, so. T-Bolt ult is Grave Hate. Truth. Truth indeed. There we go. Opponent was careful to do it on my second main phase, which is the correct thing to do. Good for them. So now we get to trade here and we get to bolt a path, which is nice. As a 4th Amoeba, by the way, I think. They do Dredge Loam. T-Bolt tooled is also the recursion I was looking for. True. Certainly true. So Hill, Scape, Gorge. Such a headache to keep up with. The stupid decks like Dredging and whatnot. Forgotten Cave. Cycle, that's another Thug. We have 2 Thugs in hand. Oh, they Phantom Flag. God damn it. Well, remember when I didn't attack that turn? It was such a great play, I guess. What's the best Samuel list to play tonight? I don't know, Flash Panda. Everybody's been super high on Karn. I have honestly not been working on Amulet. I've been working on this deck, so I honestly don't know. I would play something similar to what Jeskai played on the challenge he top 8'd with this past weekend. Funny that my opponent could Ox and then, well, I guess Oxing is just bad. But I could Ox minus. They just have to go on flag here. It's gonna come flag me down to 1. Yep. We have to remember that there's an amalgam coming up. Can -3 and block my amalgam on their amalgam. That's the safest line. There's no chills left. All of them are gone. There's no conflags left either. But I think my opponent's playing Bloodghasts. No Bloodghasts. I know, Tara, but what should I do? Like, should I plus and hope to Lucksack? Again, there's no chills left, and there's no conflags left. So the only way that I can lose is through combat. I just honestly don't think I have too many options. It would Squawk hit number 15 on the mythic leaderboard. Yeah, I guess the lag stacking is always an option. So I guess they're just gonna get back Ox. Honestly, I should have played the Triumph last turn too. That was a mistake. I should have played the Triumph because I need more mana to work with. Because what I can do now is I can Ox. I can minus on the Ox. I think now I have to. Like, I get one draw step. We see what we find. If we find Scapeshift or Bring to Light, we win. If we find Omnath, we probably also win. So those are the cards that we're looking for. Kaya's Guile would be interesting as well. Land doesn't do shit. So I think we're just gonna... Oh, we just milled them. That's hilarious. They did not consider the fact that this exiled the top card of their deck. That is so funny. Oh my god. It's so funny. Good stuff, good stuff. That's really funny. I think we want these cards. Don't want these cards. Purge answers Blood Moon, which I think my opponent is probably going to be bringing in. I don't think I want anything else. Yeah, that was a long game one. Also, my opponent has been playing pretty slowly. I don't know why. Dredge brings in Moon. They lose a lot to Blood Moon. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Dredge players playing Blood Moon. I don't know if it's stock, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had it. Well, I think it's safe to say that like Dredge will always and forever have turn 2 this effect every single game ever. Imp, imp. I think I'm just gonna dig a little bit deeper. I need to find Anger of the Gods, I feel like at this point. Farseek, not so good. Are we just dead? We may just be dead here. They found double conflag. Also, I should have played this because I wanted to find my black source, and Flooded Strand does not find my black source. My untapped black source, the only untapped black source I have is Overgrown Tomb. Could have gotten their amalgam if they had done this in response. They have Nature's Claim. Why? Maybe they think I'm playing Dryad? Loam, Mire, Ground, Confluence. So we have outs here. We have outs. That mistake is going to punish me, though. So we're going to take 1, 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we just have to pass. Because we can Gustic on flag. And we can exile the amalgam. Imagine they're gonna come flag here. We're gonna get a white source, I guess. Does this get exiled? I always get this confused. Like yesterday, okay, so this, when it's flashback, it gets exiled, but if it's something like Torrential Gearhulk, it does not get exiled. Which is a random distinction, apparently. That's brutal. So if I fetch a basic mountain, I Farseek for a black source. My opponent can ping me down to 4, then they just kill me, so guess I'm gonna play this. And there's also the fact that they still have chills in their deck, right? They have 2 chills still, so I'm super dead here. Yeah, Gearhulk does not give the card flashback. We have learned that yesterday. We learned that yesterday. What's up, New Medicines? Maybe should have played the Valakut there. How's the day going so far? It's going well. Dredge is looking really good against us, but besides that, it's going well. Maybe we should have shipped this hand. Like we saw no hate cards in the top 15 cards of our deck. And we saw Purge and Gust, but like we didn't see Guile, we didn't see Omnath even, we didn't see a Bring to Light. Yeah, this is fine. I didn't see Blood Moons, which is interesting. Great Creator is such a problem. What about Simona's rejection in the board can come in versus Tron too? I don't think that counter magic is the way to go. I don't think that counter magic is the way to go because counter magic doesn't answer something that's already on board. So counter magic just by definition is very situational. Also, we want to be tapping out every single turn. We only have gusts here because you know we are these answer stuff on the board as well. So I do think that Great Creator is a really big problem, but I don't think that rejection is the answer. And this is why I don't like the Dryad version, right? Like, imagine playing 4 Valak. Just playing 2 is such a headache. Playing 2 of this stupid card is so annoying as is. Imagine playing even more copies of it. I think I'm gonna ship it. Okay, this hand's great. So we're gonna Farseek off of a basic forest. Get a black source here. Yeah, Cycle of Triumph sounds good. And now we can Teferi or Guile, depending on how well they dredged, I guess. Implome. And that's it. They didn't dredge too well. Am I just playing Teferi and Plus in here? If they have another 3 Discovery or Reunion effect, that could be a problem though. I think I'm just gonna pass. We can cycle Triumph instead. Ooh, getting rewarded here. Okay. Imp, Loam. Yeah, that seems like enough. So I think I'm just gonna game 4 here. Exile cards from the graveyard, game 4. We also got rid of the blood gas there, which is nice. Come on, man. Gotta give me the goods. Gotta give me some goods, please. That's so brutal. That's so brutal. And I just minus the Teferi because if my opponent has another conflag and they just kill the Teferi straight up, then it's potentially problematic. They have another Discovery. Damn it, man. That's so much. I need to find spells here. They found the second conflag too. They're loaming? Oh, to keep the engine going. Okay, so Meyer, Mesa. But they have to discard 2 here. Ox and come on! This is so desperating. This is ridiculous. This is freaking absurd. Okay. I flew too close to the sun, Chad. I flew too close to the sun. For a second I thought that we were gonna draw something reasonable, but my bad. Shouldn't I used to playing third lands in the deck used to be flooding? I mean, that's just not how it works, right? We're playing 28 lands and like 6 ramp spells. And like we've seen 16 cards, and out of those, 1, 2, 3, 4 are spells. Like the percentages they just don't add up. The percentages just don't add up, you know? Sure, they just discard the entire hand. We got many ways to win the game here. BTO wins the game, and so does Scapeshift. Anger would do a really great job at stabilizing. Yeah, I know that they're Oxing. Also, my opponent, like, they exposed the Ox to be guiled last turn, and there was basically no need for them to, which is confusing. We need 8 lands, which we would have. So they just naturally drew. They naturally drew there. I think I'm gonna hold on to this fetch land because it represents more gain life if I draw enough. And I'm dead anyway if I don't find something here, though. Obviously, it was correct for me to fetch, right? Just gonna throw my hands up in the air and just. Yep, my bunny has exactly lethal on the other side. I can't believe it. Like I cannot believe how much. Anyway, that is very, very disappointing. That is very, very disappointing. I don't think that the Dredge matchup should be bad for us. Like I feel rather comfortable with the Dredge matchup, but like, I mean, we just saw what it was. It was just variance. Like, it is what it is. But that was a very sad league. That's the very first time that I don't like. So far I've played like 8 leagues with this deck, and they were all 4-1s, 2 3 and 2s, and 1, 2 and 3 now. So it's the first time that I don't do well with it. But fear not, we will play another one, and maybe even one more if we have time later on. But that's gonna be it for this one so far. Hope you enjoyed it. I will really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you.